Motorstorm is all about off-road racing. Here in Motorstorm Apocalypse, man, we've got a new take on the off-road racing. We actually get to race through a city, but through rooftops, is that right?
That's right. It's still off-road racing, but it's urban off-road racing. We've come to show the way that you can race on the roofs of skyscrapers as they collapse in 13 different vehicles, many of which would normally be suited to street racing, but they're up against big rigs, monster trucks, and they've all got a fighting chance because this is urban racing turned completely on its head.
What are some of the different vehicles that we're going to be able to race around the city and destroy stuff around us in?
There's 13. It's everything from small vehicles like standard motorbikes, superbikes and choppers, to a whole new range of European sports compacts, supercars, muscle cars. We've got monster trucks are still there. We've got big rigs, racing trucks, mud pluggers that are very good at going through the water and the mud. Just an insane mix. In the single-player festival mode, we'll really carefully control the lineup of vehicles so that you get to experience all those different types. And then in recreation, which is more like our sandbox mode, once you know what all these vehicles can do, you can then set up entirely new vehicle packs, pick your own vehicle, add as many or as few AI as you want, up to 16, and really tailor the experience your own way.
So talking about the single-player mode, how many different tracks are we going to be able to race through here?
We've got to focus now on races rather than tracks, because we've realised that in previous versions of the game you could have 8, 16, as many tracks as you wanted, but every time you went back the only real difference was the AI was a little bit more brutal. Now, when you revisit the same track, it might be set at night, you might race the reverse, and all of the damage and destruction and chaos that you saw previously is still there, and we exploit that. So maybe a building came down and the Motorstorm guys have bulldozed it and created a new route through it. And it really becomes a cool way of seeing the way that change and chronology and progression has happened during the race. So we've got 40 totally unique races in the single player game, all of which can then be raced online or 4-player split screen or in totally your own way in recreation.
What do you think people are going to really dig about Motorstorm Apocalypse?
I think they're just going to hopefully agree with me that in the genre of action racing, of insane, crazy racing, this is offering something that nobody has really seen before. A remarkable mix of two worlds, the street racer and the off-road racer, combining to give something that doesn't dilute either experience and actually creates something brand new.